If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me know. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So I want to get one more video out before November ended officially and December came. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a makeup tutorial. I figured I'd go back to what I was doing when I first started YouTube and really talking to you guys and doing my makeups. I want to do a fall inspired makeup look. It's a half cut crease. Everything I use will be down below. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm gonna go in with some concealer. I'm gonna be using the Master Conceal by Maybelline in the shade 30 Light. It's very, very light. I like to use this because I want to have that good coverage for one, and two, the colors to be very pigmented. So I'm gonna go in with this brush that I got from the really old brush, the Naked palette. I'm gonna use the flat brush, the flat side of the brush right here. I'm gonna use the concealer and I'm gonna put that on my lid. Then I'm gonna take brush right here, the Real Techniques brush, and I'm gonna buff it out. It's okay if you blend it into your brow. You're not gonna be able to really see it anyway because, well, like you can see on the other side, eyeshadow is going to be covering it. And next I'm going to set that with the Long Time No Shine Translucent Setting Powder by Lancome, and this is the MAC 127 brush. You're going to need some tape. Now I don't suggest you use packaging tape, but I only have packaging tape, so I just took some like this. Now that the tape is on, we can get started. First I'm going to be using the Per Cosmetics Festival palette. I got this palette in a boxy charm, so this is what it looks like, and we're going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be taking that on a MAC 217 brush. It's like my favorite brush ever, and I'm going to pack that into the crease, and we're going to build up that shade as much as possible. I like to start right here on the end, right where my tape is, and then drag it into the crease. And don't worry about trying to blend it just yet. We'll do that with some other colors, but as the transition shade, we're gonna go in with this one right here. Make sure you're dragging that color out too, like this with the tape. This is to help us create that really nice sharp line that you guys will see at the end. Now that that's somewhat dark, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it with the same brush, and I'm just gonna blend it in circular motions. And once I feel like I need to add some more color, which I definitely will, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now that it's somewhat blended out, I'm gonna add some more color in there, right in the crease. Pack it on, because I want this to be as dark as possible. Even though we're gonna add more colors to it, I do want it to be super dark. So now I'm gonna go into my Juvia's Place Zulu palette. So we're gonna be using this orange shade right here. We're gonna use this to blend out our transition shade. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M222 brush. It's a dome shaped brush like that. And I'm gonna take some on there, and I'm literally gonna take this amount right here, tap off the extra, and I'm gonna go in right above where we placed that first shade. And kind of blend that out. You don't have to blend it too well, because we're gonna use that other shade again, and we're gonna go in with that same brush to blend it together. But you do want this to be quite noticeable. So now that I applied that, I'm gonna go in with that brush that we used for our transition shade, and I'm gonna blend these two together. I'm gonna go in with some more of that shade from the Per palette. Add some more of that here. Make it a little bit darker. The next two shades, I went into the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. Go in with this shade right here. This red right here. I'm gonna use this Morphe M330 brush, and I'm gonna go in and I'm going to add that under our transition shade, under our crease shade, and we're gonna pack this one in there too. So even if you want to do them both separately, you can, but I went at the same time. This is gonna build our little like reddish brown color in there. And we want that shade to be pretty dark because we need it to pop up through when we cut our crease, because we're gonna have lighter shades in between there. So now for the fun part, we're gonna cut our crease, and I'm gonna go back in with the same concealer. I still have some on my arm, and I'm gonna use the same brush, the flat brush that I was using, and I'm gonna pick up a good amount. A line right here, a thick line right there. Then I look up, look like this, so that it cuts my crease, so that way I can just trace it, because you want to make sure you do it to where you want to make sure you cut your crease to where if I'm looking up at you, just like how I'm looking at you now, and you can see that this one, you can still see the cut crease. This is a trick for hooded eyes. So now I'm gonna flip this brush over. You can get another brush like this, probably not so dense, but I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna flatten that concealer out, so that whenever we add the rest of our products, we're not dragging in any of the color or any of the concealer into it and making it turn a whole nother color. So now I'm gonna take my Morphe M505 brush, and I'm gonna take the cap of that setting powder that I use, Lancome, and I'm just gonna get some extra powder out of there, and I'm gonna tap that on a cut crease. Now let's start shading in the crease. So we're basically just gonna do everything that we just did to our eye to the crease part. So I'm gonna go back into the Purr palette and get the shade right here. I'm gonna use the same brush. You're gonna do it at an angle, just like that. Pack it on at an angle, and make sure here you blend that curve right there, and you blend where we left off, because we did a half cut crease, remember? So you want to make sure you blend right in there and make sure it disappears. Basically, you don't want to have a line of demarcation right there. Then we're gonna go in, I'm gonna use this brush as well, and I'm gonna use our two shades that we mixed together in the Juvia's Place Warrior palette, and also go in on top of this one diagonally. I'm gonna go back into the festival palette, and I'm gonna add some more of that because I don't want that shade to get lost in the... Now I'm gonna go in with that same little pencil brush, and I'm gonna use that same orange shade that we used from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, the orange one right here. Oh Lord. And I'm gonna do it ever so slightly here. This part honestly is the best part because you can really see that orange in there. Now I'm gonna go back in with our shade before that. So the brown and the red that we mixed together, that way that color doesn't get lost. It's all about the buildup, guys. It's all about the buildup. Also, if you want to, you could take a pencil brush, not a pencil brush, but a tapered brush like this. This is the Morphe M200, and you can take a clean one, this is a clean one, and blend out that corner right here where we have the line from cutting the crease, and this will kind of fade it into the eye look. But now to complete the eye look for eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into, this is the James Charles palette. I have the small one, but this is the Artistry palette right here, and I'm gonna use this nude shade right here at the top. I don't even know what color it is, but it's a very nude light shade. I'm gonna use this tapered flat brush by Real Techniques. It's the base shadow brush. And I'm going to tap in it ever so slightly, tap off the rest, and we're going to go over where we cut the crease at. Now we're gonna go in and do all the extra good stuff. So we're gonna use a eyeliner, and I'm gonna do not a wing, but I'm gonna do a liner. So this is the NYX, that's the point liner. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see how I do the type of liner that I'm about to do. What I do is I basically take the liner and I hold it like this. So since I'm doing this eye, I'm gonna hold it like this, and I just look down and I tap across my lash line. And it doesn't have to be neat, but I just tap across the lash line. This is so I make sure I get a good line at the bottom at least. Now I'm just gonna connect the line and make it a little bit darker. And then we're gonna go in and do the half liner. So for the half liner, it's you just drag it from the end into your inner corner. But I think my eyeliner is running out. And that's basically how you do the liner. You could take the tape off and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go in with a makeup remover wipe, and I'm gonna clean up from where the tape was sitting, and also any fallout that I might have from the shadow. I'm gonna clean that up so we can do fade. Let's get started. I'm gonna use my favorite primer ever. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Let's go into foundation. I'm gonna be using the Mary Kay Time Wise, which is right here, my Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. Okay, so now that the foundation is blended in, I'm gonna contour. The cream contour that I use is the Fenty Matchstick in Espresso, and I'm just gonna to blend that out. I'm gonna use my favorite brush. This is the It Cosmetics Flawless Face Brush, I think that's what it's called, or airbrush brush. That sounds about right. I'm gonna go in with that concealer, and I'm gonna apply that to right down here. Now we're going to set our face, and I'm gonna use the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. There we go. Literally my favorite setting powder ever for women of color. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender, and I'm gonna tap the excess on the back of my hand. I'm gonna go in with my favorite face palette. This is, oh, it's so dirty. My face palette, and I use this dark shade right here to set my contour, and I'm just gonna use this brush by Eco Tools. I don't even know, I think it's a blush brush, but I use it for whatever I want to be honest. I'm gonna take the butt end of my beauty blender and dip that in some powder, and I'm gonna carve out that contour, make it precise. Then I don't let it sit because I don't want to be ashy, but I'm gonna take this nice big fluffy jumbo powder brush, dust that off. And this brush is from It Cosmetics. Love this brush. My mom loved this brush. Literally recommend. I don't always do blush, but I have a really cute blush that I think would go great with this look, and I know goes great on women of color. This is the NYX Ombre brush. What the heck? The NYX Ombre blush. The NYX Ombre blush, and it is in the shade Feel the Heat, and it is this red color. It has a shimmer to it. I just use the red part right here. So I'm gonna take that. Gosh, it was so hard for me to say that. I'm gonna take that on a blush brush by Eco Tools. 1, 2, 3 taps, and then I don't like that. Spray my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and this is the small one because I don't have a big one because my Ulta was sold out. But I like to cover my eyeshadow because I don't like my eyeshadow to go not matte, basically. So to end off our eyeshadow part, we're gonna go back into the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. We're gonna take that red and that brown that we were using, and I'm gonna take it on a Morphe pencil brush. It's the Morphe M222. Mix those two together, and we're gonna go on our lower lash line with it. We're really gonna add that to that and smoke it out. Add some bottom mascara, and I use the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Love this stuff. Face is dry. We're gonna go in with highlighter, and these both are from MAC. Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Glow with it. The Global Glow in the Mineralized Skin Finish. This one's more of a powdery one. So I go in with this one first, the Extra Dimension one first. Gosh, I cannot talk today. I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna take the Morphe M510 brush, and I'm gonna go in there. I go into the other one and top that off. I really like these two together. I had it for prom one year and it was bomb. I'm gonna take a flat brush. This is just a brush. This is the Luxie Cosmetics large shader brush number 209. And I'm gonna mix those two together, and I'm gonna do that on under my brow. Can never go wrong with the brow highlight. Next, we're going to do our lips, and then we will be done. I have a ton of shades that I want to use for my lips, but I just think I'm gonna have to go with something more like myself, more regular. I was gonna go in with this Ofra liquid lipstick, but I think I want to do a different color. I think I want to do my regular MAC Cosmetics Cork Liner, as we all love. I'm gonna overline the lips because I love doing that too. And I'm gonna fill in my lips with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Abu Dhabi. And I was just gonna go with another color, But I think this one will do the trick. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.